Hey, welcome boys. So today we're going to be talking about Elixir Golem and it being nerfed once again, or willingness to make it nerfed once again. So why do I think Elixir Golem needs a nerf? Basically, it's 3 Elixir. That's why I think it needs nerf. It just gives too much value for being 3 Elixir, and it has like different kinds of value which it can give, right? And all of it depends on when it's being played exactly. Like if it's being played, I'm gonna ignore the Berserker. If it's being played at the initial stages of the game, like in single Elixir or below 3 minutes, it's mostly giving you a punishment value where your opponent kind of overspends or does not have the right defense for what you play. Then you can punish with Elixir Golem. But the same Elixir Golem in double Elixir becomes, I would say, much more ineffective in punishing, because your opponents either back to the cards which they could counter Elixir Golem with. Look at this time. He overspent, and I think I'm gonna punish him. So either at the 2 Elixir, the double Elixir, your opponent has either the ability to counter your Elixir Golem much efficiently. If not, they have the cards which they just can't counter your Elixir Golem with. And the situation is such that your Elixir Golem can be countered. It does not give you the greatest value or the amount of value which it gave in single Elixir. That's what I meant to say. And the most broken aspect of Elixir Golem is in triple Elixir, because you practically don't struggle with Elixir in triple Elixir, because the main thing of playing an Elixir Golem, the downside is that your opponent gets Elixir when it's defeated, right? But the whole purpose of that, the whole purpose of getting much more Elixir when you defeat your opponent is gone, is practically dead when you enter triple Elixir, because Elixir is not the problem there. The problem is how much big of a push you can get, and how much strong of an attack you can make such that you can break through opponent's defense, right? And provided that the Elixir Golem has like a fuck ton of HP, it just gives so much more value than what its downside is, which is giving Elixir, right? The value just provides the HP it just has, or like basically anything to do with the Elixir Golem in triple Elixir is so goated, right? The return on investment for the player who plays Elixir Golem is always positive, no matter what, because Elixir practically does not matter. Like 3 Elixir does not matter. Elixir Durst Master, Elixir does matter. Small tweak ups is fine, right? But it does not. 3 Elixir does not matter a lot, and it's a good investment for what amount of HP it gives us in return, right? So that's a problem. And also it being like so brain dead that you don't need to even defend, like even think of it before playing it, because it has a simple mechanism. It just dies once, dies twice, and then permanently dies for the 3rd time, right? So I would suggest a few nerfs which it could possibly get and be good, is that make it 4 Elixir, right? And also make the Elixir Golem give 4 Elixir on defeat. That would make it so much more balanced. It would not kill the card essentially, but it would. Okay, am I dead here? Is the poison gonna do enough? Yeah, so unfortunate. Yeah, basically make it 4 Elixir and also make it give 4 Elixir, or at least make it give 4 Elixir, right? So that it just doesn't get the value which it gets now. And I don't know why a lot of people are not talking about. Can we load Supercell your second 96% for some reason? Blue troops on your side. Okay, let's just talk about this. So right now, I don't know why not a lot of people are talking about this, but it needs to be talked a lot more, right? Everybody's kind of talking about nerfing Hog Rider, but of course I agree that Hog Rider should be nerfed, but I don't think it's as much as a big of a topic which the Elixir Golem needs to be talked about. Like Elixir Golem needs to be nerfed. Like my prioritization right now of nerfability on skill is first Elixir Golem, second is Void. I think Void is giving a little bit more value than what it usually used to give. I think it should be nerfed a little bit. Third is Hero Balloon, and fourth is, again, there we go, fourth is Hog Rider. So that's the skill which I have. Hero Balloon, they did tweak it a little bit, but it's not remotely even as balanced as what it should be, right? It's a little too overpowered, but still, it's fine. And I think there should be more people talking about this, and it deserves more attention. And like, I don't know why. there's always been a call of people who want to like nerf Elixir Golem, but I don't know where it fades away. It just disappears somehow automatically because it's there. Either there's bigger fish to address, or that the position of nerfing Elixir Golem is just too low. You know, because a lot of people just depend on that mechanism. It's like the most skillless out of all mechanisms in the game, right? And it's coming out of a player who plays Elixir Golem, by the way, and then I also think there's no such thing technically as skill in the game, but again, saying that Elixir Golem needs to be nerfed coming out of my mouth is has a much more lot of weight into it, rather than just a pro player who mainly depends on skill saying it. I know it in some way it carries more value, but as a player who plays Elixir Golem and also thinks it's broken, it carries much more, I think, what do I say? It carries much more authenticity to it, because I know how broken it is. Like, you don't want to listen to a player who doesn't play Elixir. Alrighty, I might just lose this game regardless. So it's just better if it comes from the mouth of a player who plays Elixir Golem, right? And I'm doing that, and I said that I play Elixir Golem, right? So as I said, I think much more recognition is needed, and I don't. If you introduce some hero Elixir Golem or Evo Elixir Golem, please before doing that just nerf the card once, right? It's okay for you to introduce like Hero Golem or like Elixir Golem, whatever beat down kind of decks with heroes you want to, but please nerf it a little bit. I think it's not a little bit, it needs a big nerf. Little nerfs cannot change it, you know. And it eventually, I think Supercell will do it one day, but I don't know which day. There will be a time where, I don't know, it's early thoughts, it might be prediction or it might be anything, where I think Point Elixir is introduced into the game, right? What do I mean by Point Elixir? Do you know when Elixir Golem dies, it drops 0.5 Elixir on depth, right? So basically, even in the game, there are cards or ability which cost Point Elixir, and it becomes an essential part of the game, right? 0.5 Elixir card, or say 1.5 Elixir card, or say 2.5 Elixir card, or say 2.25 Elixir card. Basically breaking down the Elixir cost much more. Like say 0.8, like say the heaviest card is introduced, say a card, the Elephant Rider from Clash Royale is introduced, Clash of Clans, right, is introduced, and it's gonna be the heaviest card, say it's 8.75 Elixir. Basically, it's not even 9 Elixir, and it's not even 8 Elixir. It's technically heavier than 8, and it's not considered 9, but it's also cannot be considered 8, right? It brings down its own impact to it, right? That's what I'm talking about. So, why does this matter? Because if Elixir Golem and the 0.5 or 0.25 or 0.75 Elixir mechanism introduced, Elixir Golem would just like give us much more value in overall, because it dropped 0.5. Alrighty, I think I lost again. Oh, Void! Oh my god, Void is in its prime! Holy shit, wait! The game is not yet over. I need my... No, why did I play Hero Wizard, dude? That was such a dumb move. That was such a dumb move to play Hero Wizard right there. Like, I wanted not to play Hero Wizard, and I played Hero Wizard. Like, such a bad and dumb move. Yeah, there we go. The bomb just... Jesus me. GG's. If I just had not played a Hero Wizard there, I won the game. So, anyway... yeah, that's what, right? If 0.5 Elixir, or like the Point Elixir concept is introduced in the game, Elixir Golem would be much more used, and much more like usable, counterable, like much more game friendly and not game breaking. And yeah, that's it for this video. I think Elixir Golem needs to be nerfed, and there's nobody talking about this. It might not be the only video I talk about the Elixir Golem. I'm gonna talk a lot more about it. There's nobody to milk this content. This content exists to milk, and there's nobody milking it. I'm gonna milk it. Right, this is not gonna be the last video, and this is not the first video talking about Elixir Golem. Yeah, nerf Elixir Golem, please.